Welcome to our deep dive into the animated world of Star Trek. Prodigy. You might be thinking, animated Star Trek, is that for kids? Well, let's just say Prodigy breaks the mold a bit.
It's fascinating how it takes you to the far reaches of the Delta Quadrant. You know, a region of space so remote that even traveling at warp speed, it took the USS Voyager 7 years to get back from there. And that's where we meet our crew, a group of young aliens who know absolutely nothing about Starfleet.
Okay, so the Delta Quadrant.
Yeah.
That's pretty significant in Star Trek lore, right? What's the big deal with Voyager being out there?
Well, Voyager's journey through the Delta Quadrant opened up a whole new chapter in Star Trek, right? They encountered countless new species and civilizations, faced incredible dangers, and forged alliances that expanded the Federation's understanding of the galaxy. And it's in this very setting, 5 years after Voyager finally made it home, that Prodigy begins.
So we're talking about a legacy here, a continuation of these grand adventures in uncharted territory. But instead of seasoned Starfleet officers, we have a bunch of alien kids at the helm. What's the story there?
Imagine you stumble upon an abandoned starship, the Protostar, on a desolate prison asteroid. That's exactly what happens to this ragtag group of young aliens. There's Dal, a 17-year-old with a rebellious streak and a mysterious past. He becomes the unlikely captain of this unlikely crew.
A 17-year-old captain. That's a bold move for Star Trek. I'm already intrigued, and we haven't even met the rest of the crew yet.
Then you have Gwyn, also 17, a vow and a Kat with an incredible talent for languages. She's the daughter of the show's main villain, which adds, layers of complexity to her character. Imagine being torn between loyalty to your family and the allure of a brighter future.
Family drama in space, always a recipe for high stakes. Who else is on board this ship?
There's Jankum Pog, a Tellarite, known for their stubbornness and love of arguing. Tellarites are a founding member of the Federation, but Jankum, fun fact, was actually born before his people even joined.
Wait, so he's basically a grumpy old Tellarite teenager. I can already picture the comedic clashes.
Oh, absolutely. And then there's Zero, a Medusan. You might recall the Medusans from the original Star Trek series. They're non-corporeal beings, pure energy that's so overwhelming to other species that it can drive them mad. Zero has to wear a special containment suit just to interact with the crew.
That's an incredible way to visualize the challenges of communication and understanding across different species. It sounds both fascinating and potentially terrifying.
And to round out the crew, we have Rock Talk, an 8-year-old Brickar. Picture a large, incredibly strong alien species known for their warrior culture.
So I'm guessing Rock Talk is the muscle of the group, ready to smash some asteroids.
Not quite. You see, Rock Talk is a gentle giant with a passion for science. She defies expectations and shows us that strength can manifest in different ways. And then, of course, there's Murph, an adorable, indestructible, and constantly evolving slime worm.
A slime worm. Seriously. Okay, now I have to see this show.
Murph's evolution is a fascinating subplot, adding an element of mystery and wonder to the series. But what ties it all together, what connects this ragtag crew to the larger Star Trek universe, is the presence of none other than Catherine Janeway.
Wait, hold on. Are we talking about the Catherine Janeway, the legendary captain of Voyager?
You got it. And here's where it gets really interesting. Kate Mulgrew returns to voice not one, but 2 versions of Janeway in Prodigy.
Okay, now you have my full attention. 2 Janeways. Tell me more.
So you have the emergency training hologram on the Protostar, designed to guide new recruits. It's modeled after Captain Janeway, offering wisdom and advice to these young, untrained aliens.
So it's like having a legendary Starfleet captain as a built-in tutor. I can only imagine the kinds of lessons they learned from hologram Janeway.
Well, they learn about Starfleet's core principles, about diplomacy, scientific exploration, and the importance of respecting different cultures. But what's truly remarkable is that the Prodigy crew doesn't just learn these ideals, they embody them, even when facing incredible danger and difficult choices.
That's the heart of Star Trek, isn't it? Exploring the galaxy, but also exploring ourselves. Pushing the boundaries of what it means to be human, or in this case, what it means to be a member of a vast and diverse galactic federation.
Exactly. And later in the series, the real Admiral Janeway enters the picture. She's on a mission to find the original Protostar crew who are lost somewhere in time, and she ends up joining forces with our young heroes.
That's a team-up I wouldn't want to miss. You have this seasoned Starfleet admiral with years of experience under her belt, working alongside a group of kids who are still figuring out what it means to be Starfleet. The potential for both conflict and growth is immense.
Absolutely. It's a dynamic that fuels much of the drama and humor in the series. But let's go back to those fascinating characters you are so eager to hear about. Dal, as we mentioned, is shrouded in mystery. He yearns for a family, a place to belong, and his rebellious nature stems from that deep-seated desire for connection.
It makes you wonder about his backstory, his origins. Is he an orphan? Did he escape from some terrible situation? The mystery surrounding him is like a puzzle just waiting to be solved.
And that's what makes him so compelling to watch. You see him struggle with his identity. With his role as captain, he makes mistakes, he questions himself, but he never gives up on his crew or on the ideals he's learning about.
He's the classic underdog, the unlikely hero who finds strength in his vulnerabilities. It's a story that resonates across generations, and I bet it's especially impactful for younger viewers who might be dealing with similar feelings of uncertainty or alienation.
Then you have Gwyn. Imagine growing up on a prison asteroid ruled by your father, the main villain of the series. She's lived a life of privilege, but also one of isolation and control. Her linguistic skills, her ability to connect with different cultures, is almost like a rebellion against her father's narrow-mindedness.
It's like she's using language to break free from the confines of her upbringing, to forge her own path in the galaxy. And with a crew as diverse as the protostars, those linguistic skills must be invaluable.
Oh, absolutely. She's constantly translating, mediating, and helping the crew understand each other. But she's also battling her own internal demons, trying to reconcile her love for her father with her growing belief in Starfleet's values.
Talk about a tough spot. It's that age-old conflict between nature and nurture, played out against a backdrop of interstellar adventures. I'm hooked already. What about Jankum Pog? He sounds like a character who could steal every scene he's in.
Oh, he does. Jankum is a riot. He's that grumpy, know-it-all engineer who's always ready to argue, but underneath that gruff exterior, there's a surprising vulnerability. You see, Jankum was launched into space as a baby on a sleeper ship. He woke up years later completely alone, having missed out on a traditional Tellarite upbringing.
That explains a lot. He's basically playing catch-up on all those years of social interaction and cultural immersion. No wonder he's so argumentative. He's trying to prove himself, to connect with his heritage in the only way he knows how.
Exactly. And it's through those interactions with the crew, with Dal, Gwyn, and the others, that he starts to find his place, to understand what it means to be part of a team, even if that team is made up of a bunch of misfits from different corners of the galaxy.
It sounds like Prodigy's doing a brilliant job of not only introducing new characters, but also expanding on what we already know about existing Star Trek species. It's fresh and familiar all at the same time. Now, what about Zero? A non-corporeal being on a starship full of kids? That's got to be a recipe for chaos.
It certainly has its challenges. Remember, Medusans are incredibly dangerous to other species because their appearance can overwhelm the mind. Zero has to wear that containment suit at all times, which makes communication and connection a bit more difficult.
So how do they manage to be part of the crew, to contribute to the team, if they can't even show their true form? That's an intriguing dilemma.
It's through their actions, their wisdom, and their unique perspective on the universe. Zero is highly intelligent and intuitive, able to sense things that others can't. They act as a guide, a counselor offering insights that often prove crucial to the crew's success.
It's a powerful message about the importance of looking beyond appearances, of valuing the contributions of those who might be different from us. I'm sensing a theme here, and I like where it's going. What about Rock Talk? We can't forget our gentle giant scientist.
Rock Talk is a delight. She's the heart of the crew, the one who reminds everyone to be kind and compassionate. Her fascination with science, especially when her species is traditionally known for its warrior culture, is a beautiful subversion of expectations.
It's a great message for younger viewers, showing that anyone can pursue their passions, regardless of their background or what others might expect of them. And Murph, our evolving slime worm, what's their story?
Well, Murph starts as a bit of a mascot, a lovable, blob-like creature with a penchant for eating ship parts. But as the series progresses, Murph undergoes a remarkable transformation, becoming more humanoid, developing speech, and even playing a more active role in the crew's adventures.
Okay, now that's just plain cool. An evolving slime worm. The writers must have had a lot of fun with that. But it also sounds like a metaphor for the journey of these characters, for their own growth and evolution as they embrace the ideals of Starfleet and discover their true potential.
It's a journey filled with challenges, of course. They face dangerous enemies like the Diviner, a relentless figure obsessed with finding the protostar for his own mysterious purposes. And his robotic enforcer, Dreadnought, brings a chilling, almost deadpan menace to the series.
So we have a classic good versus evil dynamic at play here, but with the added complexity of Gwyn's relationship to the Diviner. It's like a space opera with a touch of Shakespearean drama.
Precisely. And it's those layers of complexity, the blending of action, humor, and genuine emotional depth that make Prodigy so much more than just a kid's show. It's Star Trek firing on all cylinders, reminding us why this franchise has endured for so long and continues to capture our imaginations.
It sounds like Prodigy has a lot to say about teamwork, about finding your place in the universe, about the importance of compassion and understanding. I'm definitely adding this show to my watch list. But before we warp into the final part of our deep dive, I want to ask you what stands out to you as the most remarkable aspect of Prodigy? Is it the characters, the animation, the connection to Voyager, or something else entirely? Because in our next segment, we'll explore how this series fits into the wider Star Trek landscape and what it might mean for the future of the franchise. You've painted such a vivid picture of these characters and their journey, and I'm already feeling invested in their fates. But let's zoom out a bit and consider Prodigy within the grand tapestry of the Star Trek universe. How does this animated series aimed at a younger audience connect with the decades of lore and storytelling that came before it?
It's remarkable how Prodigy manages to be both a love letter to longtime fans and a perfect entry point for newcomers. It seamlessly weaves itself into Star Trek canon, building upon the legacy of Voyager while introducing fresh perspectives and innovative storytelling techniques.
The return of Kate Mulgrew as Janeway is a stroke of genius, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. Having both hologram Janeway and Admiral Janeway allows this series to bridge the gap between generations. You have the classic familiar Janeway guiding the young crew with her wisdom and experience. But you also have the evolution of that character, Admiral Janeway, grappling with new challenges and demonstrating that even the most seasoned Starfleet officers are still learning and growing.
It's a beautiful way to honor the past while also pushing the franchise forward, showing that Star Trek is a living, breathing entity that can adapt and evolve while staying true to its core values.
And speaking of core values, Prodigy is a masterclass in showcasing what it means to be Starfleet. These kids, from vastly different backgrounds and cultures, come together and embrace the principles of exploration, diplomacy, and understanding. They learn to work as a team, to value each other's strengths, and to overcome their differences in order to achieve a common goal.
It's a powerful message, especially for younger viewers who are just starting to form their own understanding of the world and their place in it. Prodigy shows them that anyone can be a hero. Anyone can make a difference, regardless of their age, their species, or their past mistakes.
And it's not just the messages that resonate, it's the way they're delivered. The animation style, while different from live-action Star Trek, allows for a level of visual storytelling that's simply breathtaking. The action sequences are dynamic and exciting. The alien worlds are vibrant and imaginative, and the character expressions convey a depth of emotion that's truly impressive.
We've talked about the characters, the themes, the connection to Voyager, but what about the music? I've heard the score is something special.
Nami Milumed's score is a triumph. She creates a distinct soundscape for Prodigy, blending orchestral grandeur with modern electronic elements. Each character has their own unique theme, and the music ebbs and flows with the story, heightening the emotional impact of key moments.
It sounds like every aspect of Prodigy, from the writing to the animation to the music, has been crafted with such care and attention to detail. It's clear that the creators have a deep love for Star Trek and a genuine desire to share that love with a new generation. But what does the success of Prodigy mean for the future of the franchise? Could this be the start of a whole new era of animated Star Trek?
Well, Prodigy has certainly opened up a world of possibilities. It's proven that animation can be such a powerful medium for exploring complex themes and telling compelling Star Trek stories. The success of the series could pave the way for more animated adventures, perhaps even spin-offs featuring the Protostar crew as they continue their journey through the galaxy.
Imagine the possibilities. These young characters, with their unique skills and perspectives, could become a major force in the Star Trek universe, shaping the future of the Federation and inspiring countless new recruits to join Starfleet. And it all started with a group of kids who stumbled upon an abandoned starship in the Delta Quadrant. What a journey it's been.
It's been a privilege to explore the world of Star Trek, Prodigy, with you today. We've delved into its captivating characters, its thought-provoking themes, its connection to Voyager, and its potential impact on the future of the Star Trek franchise.
We hope you've enjoyed this deep dive as much as we have, and as we always say, we like to leave you with something to ponder. If you were to join the Protostar crew, what role would you play? What skills and talents would you bring to the table? And what adventures would you seek out in the vast and uncharted territories of space? Until next time, live long and prosper.